How would you react if I told you that behind that door there is a voracious, meat-eating, tooth and claw kitten? Now, what if instead I had told you that not a kitten behind that door, but in fact a very large and very hungry polar bear? All of a sudden, our situation goes from cute to pretty risky. Maybe it's the idea of fangs and claws, or the size or the hunger level of these predators that contributes to how we evaluate these as a potential threat or not. Caribou, like other prey animals, must regularly make these same evaluations. The thing is, predators contribute, here in red actually are some of the predators of caribou here in Newfoundland. And the thing is, predators contribute to not only the direct mortality of prey, but also to the fitness of prey populations. And they do so by, well, they make prey constantly have to be aware of their presence and avoid predation. And this shifts precious energy and time away from other important activities like rest, foraging, and reproduction. Now, what if instead of a kitten or a polar bear behind that door, there was something you had never seen before, like a giant blobfish? How do you react to something that you have no prior knowledge of? Caribou may be adjusting to a similar problem here on the island. Until the recent range expansion of coyotes to the island of Newfoundland, caribou had no experience with canid-type predators. That is, not since wolves roamed the island over 80 years ago. So that means caribou may actually be behaviorally vulnerable to attack and predation by coyotes. I designed my research to see whether caribou modify their behavioral responses to familiar and unfamiliar predator cues. And I did so by contriving my own artificial predators, some of these outlined in green. I knew that with some of my costume approaches, I could probably get closer to some caribou groups than with others, and I was right. When I was wearing a tan-colored outfit, I could get much closer to caribou groups. While I wore black, caribou would flee much earlier. And here's where I reveal that black bears are the top predator of caribou in Newfoundland. So another thing I discovered, not only do caribou connect color to possible threat, it turns out that caribou react most strongly to threat during a specific 2-week period in the summer, peak calving period. What these findings suggest is that caribou are reacting to threat differently when they're energetically stressed and when their groups are comprised of highly vulnerable members. As you and I discovered together at the start of my talk, there are many factors involved in how caribou and prey respond to imminent threats.